the AC or whatever. Yeah, yes, people, welcome back, Daniel. Why this feels strange? Trust me, this feels strange. Welcome back. What? How long now this up here? About say a month? So this up here?
I said maybe 2 months.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. It's a lovely vacation. So I mean, all you been enjoying the last month of the summer since we've been offline.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, how was that month off? You not hearing me?
Not here. Hold on. One talk.
Yes, people. So finally, back again. Take some time off. It's just some personal stuff. Yeah, just taking care of some stuff with the family. Me and Daniel. So we decided that look, just going to take some time off and just recuperate and deal with deal with off the year issues. And come back again. Yeah. So just they have just all our vibes and just let the people know that yo look we're there again. But they are just just the reason chit chat. So many things have passed, so many news, so many stories have broken over the last month since our last live. I think, I don't even remember what was our last live was, but I mean, grateful for there again. New season going to start again. You would say what some leagues already started. The Scottish Premier League have started today. The Carling Community Shield is going to play next week, and after that is the return of the Premier League. New coach for the Reggae Boyz. So many stuff, man. But I mean, the football it go 365 days every day, 12 months throughout the year. So loads of things always they have to talk about. But I mean, grateful, as I said, for being back here again. I could see, fitting up a new set. It's a new studio, trying to give the thing a different look, So all of that things have been happening, behind the scene and stuff like that, But I'm just waiting on, Daniel to try to sort out this stuff, to tell me how was his last month since we haven't been in the video and stuff like that. But I mean, I would love to know, what you guys have been doing, some of the fans and that, always showing me, again, respect to everyone that always give us massive shout out, yeah? Massive shout out to the people who always, link me and say, yo, if everything is okay, yeah, everything is good, Daniel, what is that going on in the background? But yeah, look, we want to talk about, one of the most important thing, we gotten a coach. Yeah, we gotten a coach again, the Reggae Boys, and Olympic football is going on. I'm going to touch a little bit on that too as well. And, our young promising player that's locally, soon not locally anymore, Khamari Dixon seems like he's on the verge of transferring out of the JPL, from high school football. You say Takasta Cup, you know, to the Jamaican Premier League, wherever it's going to take him in Europe. Daniel, you can hear me? Daniel, unmuted.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, what's going on, man? It's been a while.
You don't know, usual, take some time off and deal with family things and, get some things sorted out and, but we very much appreciate all the people them that come in, like being through the journey with me.
Yeah.
But we're back on, we're just ready to get back. So many stuff happened over the past
So
few
many,
months.
so many stuffs happen, man. So many
Yeah,
stuff.
I think it's almost 2 months now since we haven't dropped a video.
Not 2 months. I don't think it reached 2 months as yet. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think it. I
two
don't
months
think it
now.
reached 2 months. I think it's like just a month and a week or so. You
Yeah,
know, I think the last live that we did, when we talk about the incompetent of the JFF with Rudolph Speed and the new coach of hiring and the sacking of Al, not the sacking but the resignation of Al Grimson.
yeah,
But we're there again. We're there again. The season. I saw the Scottish Premier League. It kicks off this weekend. You know,
yeah.
um, as I was saying, the Olympic football is going on. Yeah, but the big news of all of everything is the Reggae Boys. The man and get a new coach again. You know, we thought that Grimson, was going to bring us right through to the 4 years that he signed up with, but it only lasts for like what, two years. Steve McCLAREN, the man who is at the end, the savior, the Jesus Christ, they call the man, the white Jesus. It seems like over the last 2 weeks, yeah, probably over the last 2 weeks, it seems like if you never have a connection with United, you know have that connection with the Reggae Boyz coach. You know what I say? He saw so many news, so many names, have broken out over the last 2 weeks, and we were just chit chatting, like wondering what the hell is really going on with our football. You understand? But on to you, new coach is at the helm. I said, on to you, new coach is at the helm. The savior, the man himself, Steve.
Yeah, over the summer, so many different links from different coaches. Very surprising that he got it. I'm not really familiar with his game. I know he previous coached England and stuff, but wasn't my first choice. If I'm gonna be honest, wasn't my first choice. I did really was rooting for Miguel Coley to get the opportunity to come
Mhm.
in and something different, a younger coach. But I guess Jamaica just they want to experience someone who been there before. Someone who
Yeah,
can basically
yeah,
use to the player, especially with the players them overseas. But as I said, he have a lot of experience. He have a very good CV. So it's not a. I wouldn't say it's a bad appointment. It's just that I would have loved for us to go a little younger. But
hmm
he been there. He's working on that thing. So he's been at the highest level, coaching, and he can come in and able to bring over his philosophy. I must say, I have no idea what type of football he wants to play. Like I have no
I have
idea.
no idea. Yeah, yeah, that I think that's the first one that a lot of people will look out for. What kind of football will it be? Will it be the same old boring Icelandic football that we try to play that old long ball? You understand? Not playing with any midfield and stuff like that. But I mean, as you said, I was expecting probably to go a little bit more younger. But from ever since that resignation has put in, it's always the noise that's going around that they need to go with more. They want more professional coach. Coach the high standard. Someone who is very experienced. And look, I think when you talk about the criteria of what they want, I think they kind of got what they needed. Someone with a much higher profile. Look, if someone look at you and tell you that, look, the Reggae Boyz will hire a coach who was the assistant coach under Eric Ten Hag last season. No, he gotta get demoted, because Ruud van Nistelrooy came in, he's the assistant coach, so now he's the first team head coach, something like that, so he kind of get demoted a little bit. But who could tell that, I don't know. The audio is coming through clear.
Yeah, I'm hearing here
Um, I don't know, like a fan or something, is running through the background.
in my back. All right, let me just take me off the stage for now. Let me try to start this thing.
Huh?
I'm gonna put myself on mute. 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, so people, look, this just feel brand new again, as I said, man, the live it just feel like I'm a new guy on the block, new YouTube on the block, everything just feels strange. But look, I'm 63 years old. Maybe, I was thinking the same thing too, as what Daniel said, maybe to go a little bit younger, maybe to go with someone who is more up to par, with the new generations of players. Steve McClaren went through so many generations. You would say probably around three different generations he have been through, in the early 2000s. Those players, came up when you could say, the likes of, I don't want to go back into the 90s, but early 2000, and then you have a mixture of different players in the 2010, 2012, and then now again new generation. So yeah, it's been like three different generations you have passing through. But I was probably rooting for Miguel, but nevertheless, we're going to back the gaffer. He is the man at the end. He's the one that's going to pilot us to the next World Cup. I hope, I hope this is a very good appointment. It's something that it's going to be successful. Something that the Reggae Boys fans out there will be pleased for at last, for someone to come and save this national team. As this national team have so many abilities, players with you say players that's very good playing at high level. They have different abilities where they can play at different levels. So, you know, let's see what Steve McCLAREN will do, to this team. But I mean, I'm really worried. I'm worried about the administration. I'm really worried of where or how these guys will hack. When it comes out a guy who's very professional. A guy who even work with the biggest footballing body, FIFA. So I mean, Daniel, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so I'm saying, we're going to see how the administration is going to act around this guy because this guy have been through so many different paths. You think this is something going to bring changes to the administration with a guy like this, a very high profile player, a very high profile coach?
Um, I mean, we could say that we said last time with Al Brinson, right? We think that
Yeah,
there would be there would be some
yeah,
changes, and there probably would have been some maybe some professionalism. Like we would have thought that would have been the changes that was gonna make when Al Brinson came in, but I don't know, like Steve McCLAREN with his experience, yeah, been there. Being of I would say you England probably was his biggest job, even though he failed them to got them to that Euros. But you know,
yeah,
he been around the corner, work under Ferguson. So would are the Jamaican Federation gonna give him the respect that he comes in and they see the type of person like he's coming from United. Regardless of
yeah,
what's going on at United over the past few years, that's still a big job. Regardless,
yeah,
no big any top coach will still take that job. So, are the Jamaican Federation is gonna fix up their professionalism and start to do things incarnate to a top level elite federation supposed to operate. Let's see. You get what I'm saying? The
yeah,
next international window will be in September, right?
yeah. Nations League, Cuba and
Yes,
Honduras.
yes, and let's see. That's gonna be the first step. See the type of players that we're gonna be going for going forward to bring to represent the national team, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. As I said again, I have no idea what is this guy's philosophy. What does he want to play? And I wasn't really. I don't really know too much of his game over the years, even though I know he's been around English league, but I never really seen,
Hey,
you know.
guess who used to coach? Guess who was a part of that team that he went to the League Cup final with Bolton Wanderers? Gareth Southgate was a part of that squad.
Really? Both on
Yeah,
one, or?
yeah. Gareth Southgate was a part of that Middlesbrough squad when he brought
Mm.
them to the runners up for the league, the UEFA, that's the Europa League, the UEFA
Yeah,
Cup at
Europe.
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they got smashed. That was Sevilla. I think Sevilla first UEFA Cup title, and he beat Bolton Wanderers 2-1. I think in that League Cup in 2004. Gareth Southgate was a part of that team.
yeah.
I think Baby Gardner was a part of that Bolton Wanderers team, but he didn't play. I think he was injured during that time. But yeah, look, this is a coach, a very experienced coach. When we talk about everything around football, from assistant, from technical director, from from technical advisor, to head coach, you name it, academic coach. So this is a man that, if he don't get the job done, as they said, the main priority, for this man is to get us over the line, for our second World Cup final. Can he bring us, what is the pedigree he's going to come with, will he walk with some other English-based players with him? We don't know. Let's see what's going to happen, until probably know by the end of the year. But when you talk about coach, with experience, look, FC20, that's the only Eredivisie title that they won, and he's the one that won it in 2010. So this man, have been around the blocks, but as you said, that for that Euros in 2008, he failed the England national team in 2007, 3-2 at home,
Yeah.
against Croatia, so I mean, most people would say, this is probably the level kind of a little bit lower than, the Euros, that they played for qualification. But I mean, he should get us over the line. This is much easier pathway, for any coach.
One thing I must say though, for Englishman, he don't shy to go away and coach over abroad. Like, what's one
Yeah,
thing I like? We tend to see a lot of English, especially English players, English managers.
yeah,
They don't really go abroad. You get
yeah,
me? It's mostly the German, the Italian, and the Spaniards. They're the one who always take the risk of go over abroad. We don't see a lot of English coaches go over abroad. So for him to been around the block and know bring into a different culture, and even him taking on a Jamaica job, like that show you that the guy that he he have a lot of confidence in himself that he could go somewhere else. Otherwise, they're just being it's an easy option to just stay in England, stay in the
yeah,
British area. So
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
one thing. That's one thing I do realize with him. Like, he actually don't scare to take risks, like take on different cultures and go different places and learn. You get me? So I must say he do have that type of experience coming with learning different type of culture and
yeah,
and understanding. So hopefully him doing that, learning from different cultures before and working with different all type of different people, he can bring that experience to Jamaica and very easy to just adjust to the culture and the different type of
yeah,
players, different type of so because we see that our grandson is just never able to adjust to the like where all the Jamaican people send to the culture and
yeah,
to the living, the lifestyle. So I think maybe Steve McCLAREN, he's a very outgoing person. Like, he been so many different places. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
he will easier to adjust than different coaches. So
But
maybe that's one of the reasons.
I will definitely say this: sign up to be the Reggae Boy head coach, working with the JFF. It's something that it's an experience that you will never get nowhere else in the world. You get what I said? It's an
That's a bit
experience that you'll
tough.
get. Look, man. I think when I read the article, I don't remember what newspaper it was, but they said that he's expected to be in the island this week. As you know, this is like you said the first 7 days in August, it's a holiday, emancipation, independent, so let's see what's going to happen, in the next few days from now. And I want to hear that press conference, I want to hear what is his plans, going forward with this team, because this team is a very, very good team. And I think one of the first issue, he will probably try to sort out is that liability issue. Would you be surprised? It's the first thing that he want to start up. Moving forward with his team.
Yeah, I think barely. I think that should be the first thing. He probably, as we speaking right now, he probably already reached out to Bailey,
Yeah,
To all the Jamaican players that's in England. So I'm
yeah,
assuming that that's already some conversation already will take place, and I am assuming that before he even sign his contract, he probably have some authority with the Jamaican Federation. Say, hey, okay, what happened to this player? What's going on with this player? Okay, I'm gonna need these type of players. So I'm assuming that those type of contract talking and negotiation already take place already. So by time when the window comes, we will already have an idea that okay, this player's gonna come back, this player's gonna come back. None of this, me don't know if I'm gonna come or if me gonna come. Like I'm assuming that when they sit down before they sign these type of contracts, I'm assuming that they already discussed these problems already. Because I don't want to see what happened with Algrinson coming around happen the same thing that happened before.
Yeah. But question though, with this appointment though with this new coach, you think with Al Grimson, what his pedigree, his CV, what he done with his homeland country Iceland, and then you have a coach like Steve McCLAREN coming from United. You think is it a step up or a step down, for the nation in terms of hiring process of coaches?
Or Jamaica?
Yeah.
No, I would say CV to CV.
Mm-hmm.
Steve McClaren is a on CV to CV. Steve McClaren is a better coach than Algrinson.
Yeah.
You know, so if we compare CV to CV and what McClaren achieved throughout his
Yeah.
career
Yeah.
and where he have worked
Yeah.
and where he have been
That
before,
one, I would say
you know
that
what I'm
one
saying?
that he done 14 years ago in Netherlands, winning that Eredivisie League with FC 20, the
Yeah, see,
first.
see,
I
see
think that's a
McClaren.
massive one.
Yeah, see McClaren. He walk over Algrinson all day. Work on the assistant coach for Fergie.
With the
Come on,
treble. And
come on.
won the treble, in the
As
90,
much
99.
as much as you have not, as much as you're not. If we see Fergie over the years, Fergie don't normally. Fergie's a man management. He's not a
Yeah.
coach. Like he's a man
Yeah.
management.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that Steve McClaren, when you're a man manager, the second guy to you is probably gonna be the one who's doing the most of the coaching, like the day-to-day process
Yeah.
on the field. You get what I'm saying?
And him as a coach, he have done all that,
Yeah.
coaching, manager,
But
director.
my problem is his philosophy and tactical and his session is that outdated? Or did he able to involve with the new modern days? Maybe he does because everything else is a modern coach and he have him as his
Yeah.
assistant. So
Hmm.
maybe Steve McClaren adjusted the new way of footballing and because I don't know. People might say Eric Ten Hag is not good enough, but he did a brilliant job at Ajax and he knows Seaman over the years. So why
Yeah.
would Eric Ten Hag want to have? Wouldn't he advise to get a younger coach beside him? But he got Steve McClaren beside him, right? So clearly that there's something that Steve McClaren bring on the board. What Ten Hag could have used. Yeah,
Yeah. One thing though, one thing I would love to know what will happen with the coaching staff. Not talking about Al Grimson, coaching staff. We know that they get rid of all of them, but
yeah,
what happened to Marian Garden? Who will be the goalkeeper coach? All these vacant positions that need to be filled in the JFF, with the national team. And I would love to know if will he work with one or two other guys, yeah, to see if he's going to use locally. But I have always said this, and I think I said it to you, if we're not going to give Miguel the job as an head coach, why not let him work with that experienced manager, especially like what he did, Winford Schaefer. I've took him up under his arm and let him know that, look, I want you to be the second man, I want you to be the assistant coach. And, he have learned so much, from Winford. And I'm just wondering if is it that Miguel Coley opens up if the JFF approach him, to be an assistant. I just can't wrap my head around it and say that, look, I'm fully confident in Marian Garden. I don't just want my assistant manager to be sitting on the touchline at this, like, on the bench waiting for the manager, to come out and say something or do something before. I don't want that yes man. I need someone that tactically can look on the game and say, look, Gaffer, this is what needed, and both parties can share their different ideas. And I don't just want that yes man. So I would love to know, who will Steve McLaren work with, if he's going to work with someone. Just
yeah.
like when Al Grimson went to Ireland, he said, look, John O'Shea was interim. I need John O'Shea on board. I need all of these experienced ex-Irish players on board, So I would just love to know who really walk it or, who locally is really ready. I don't think we have anybody equipped as we expect to be coaching a team at the highest level, to be an assistant manager or assistant coach, But Daniel, would you be happy to see a fully local staff being his assistant in a goalkeeper coach? What's the plan?
Doesn't if you have a whole local team, you might as well hire a local coach. It don't make no sense. If you got hire and that's another thing. I'm hoping that he have his way as far as bringing his own staff, getting the help that he need
Yeah,
because we see that at the highest level and at the elite level,
mm,
when a coach go into a team, he bring his whole staff. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So me no want to say this none of this madness with the JFF anymore. Like, come on, give the guy that give. You can't hire somebody and then have him handcuffed. Like
yeah,
you have to give him the tools, let him do the job. Let him bring in the players. Him and first of all, Steve, my client should don't do that. Don't do what Al Grayson do. Take the job and then things say you can come in and say, oh, all right, you know what? Matter of fact, I don't want my players them. I don't want my staff to come in. No, before you even sign that contract,
yeah,
make sure that you say this is what I want and this is what I do. Don't think say when they take the job and then you realize say yo them are fling people upon you and you don't want it. And then we gone back to the same problem. You get me what I'm saying? So don't think say Jamaica people are fool and them are gonna just say yeah, yeah, you can bring a player them. You can bring a people them come. No man. Make sure you put that in a contract before because we don't want to get back in the same problem. And then you ask for more money. So make sure that bring the right tool them so you can do the job. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? And far as the other you know what's crazy? I would have loved for Corey to be assistant. Is that
That's what
something
I
that
said. Yeah,
I would have
yeah. I
loved
would
for
love,
him to come and
I would love
be
to. I would love them to approach him. And
yeah,
yeah, look, as a JFF, we see you as a candidate, a future Reggae Boys coach. Yeah, in the future, will you come on board with this coach? With Steve McCLAREN, someone that's vastly experienced in the game, someone who have done almost all the position when it comes down to our staff to fill the gap. In terms of coaching. So I would love to know if he's available. Will he take that on? So I don't know, but me personally, I would love him to be there. I think he's the next local coach at that rate. That man locally, we have that look. He's fully equipped. He's ready. He's doing his thing. Abroad. He's making waves. I remember when I watched that interview. I think it's on Center Circle where he said that look, when he got the call from Schaefer, and Schaefer said, "Hey, just be ready." And one of his first thing he said, he went to Spain, to do some process in terms of getting his coaching buds right up there. So
yeah.
this is the thing that we always wanted,
Mm-hmm.
from local coach, not just local coach, but from local, administration, local players, go abroad and try to learn the trade, and come back and bring that back to the national team. I
Yeah.
mean, let's see, but talking about, experience coaching staff, assistant, is a goalkeeper coach, whatever it is, who is below that head coach. Panama, I remember when Thomas Christiansen got appointed, I think 4 years back, he walked with his team. One of his team, who was it? That guy was David Oniga. He was the assistant coach at that time. Now David Oniga, he is the manager for El Salvador. So you could see that he walked with his team, and both of them are Spanish, and he went back for someone that he used to. So he has like 3 to 4 guys who are Spaniard, and then local coaches, fill the rest of gaps, in Panama. When you look at Gustavo Alfaro, the same staff that he was with the Ecuador national team, he
Yeah.
walked with them at Costa Rica. When you look at Tenya, for Guatemala, the Mexican, he walked with his staff, to coach the Guatemala national team. You understand? So when you look around, Ronaldo Ruida, the Honduran coach, Yeah, he walk with his staff. So everyone walk with their staffs. So I'm just saying, I'm just wondering what will be the process with our staff because everyone around CONCACAF, yeah, their coaching staff is very, very experienced. And I think remember his name. I don't remember his name, but one of Costa Rica famous player is on that coaching staff. Gustavo Alfaro. Manuel Figueroa is on that staff with Ronaldo Rueda at Honduras. So couple guys, couple guys. I think it's Hugo Sanchez. I don't remember who it was, for Costa Rica. But yeah, we need to strengthen not just the head coach but the coaching staff so it can be well equipped. We can have very bright minds and have people like very tactical in the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you look around, yeah, the candidates that were the names that we're calling, it's like all these candidates are coming from England. Is it a scenario that or a case that they're looking at? If we get an English coach, we probably can attract more and more English players, or the process will be probably a lot more easier because these English players will know some of these managers as coaching in the lower tier in the championship, managers in the Premier League. Look at Steve McCLAREN. He probably know almost every managers from League Two, League One, Championship, and the Premier League. So will it be a similar or a easier process? In terms of what Mikel Antonio used to go through. With David Moyes in the past, just to come and play for the national team. You think what would be you think would be the process? With Steve McCurran is at the end of the Reggae Boys. Will he work with some players? Is it a strategy from the JFF to get an English-based coach coaching the national team? And would you see that difficulty of getting players to come and play even in Nations League, even friendlies? Knowing that this is Steve McClaren.
I think that could be an angle where the JFF is using. They have all the English-based players, and
Yeah,
that could be something that they could. He could be very very much as someone can very influence them as well.
yeah,
Tell them that, hey, listen, we have a project over here, come play for us. You get what I'm saying? And he can tell some of these players that think that they're gonna get an opportunity for England. He can tell them, hey, listen, you're wasting your time winning at England. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? You can represent Jamaica, and these people, if you perform, these people will love you. These people will cherish you. You get what I'm saying? You have opportunity to play again, play in the World Cup, and playing in a very competitive region against Brazil, whatever. So he can be that one to able to influence some of these foreign
yeah,
based players. And basically, because back then I know Al Grunson have his CV as getting a very good performance with Iceland.
yeah,
But some of these English based players, when they hear about Al Grunson, I'm like,
yeah,
who is that?
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when they hear about Steve McClaren, former Manchester United assistant coach, and
Twice.
twice, what he done in Dutch league, and he used to coach England before,
Yeah. Went to
so
Germany for
yeah.
Wolfsburg.
So when they hear that name, they're gonna be like, okay, all right, So it's called respect, and people gonna go off for your CV, your experience in the game. So
And I
yeah, I
think
think
I think he will know exactly who to go to, who to approach for these
yeah,
players.
and he know what to say. He would know
I
what
think,
to tell them. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I think that was one of the. You could tell that the Fed.
it's tragedy.
I don't know if that was done on purpose to get an English based coach, just for them to able to get that more influence connection to those English based players that they been one. So I don't know if that was a strategy or just a
Yeah,
coincidence that just happened. But
but
to me personally, I think that's the angle the Federation went. To be honest,
is it that something that is very dangerous to go down that line? You just don't want to be relying on some English-based players, someone that can disappear on you at any time. You want to keep the balance. You want to actually make sure that look, the younger players locally. yeah, are coming through the ranks. The younger players, not just locally, but the younger players also that's coming from England playing for the youth teams are making that way, are making that pathway. They see actually a spot where they can get in to
Yeah,
the first team. And I think that's something I think he needs to fix as well. I think looking at it, Daniel, I think what he really need to fix when you look around the region, at least 3 to 4 or 5 of these players that's currently in these national teams, yeah, they came through the U team. Yeah, they have that understanding. And I
mm,
think that's the next. I think, a lot of people might not agree, but if you take away the incompetence of the JFF of what they've been doing and what they have lacking of getting certain preparation done the right way, but if you look at it, I think look at the two coaches that came in. I think things are going up a little bit further. They are being a little bit more ambitious. You could see that they need bigger and bigger people because they recognize that look, these players that we have in our squad, are good 20 solid man players in this pool that is playing at the highest level. So you could see that look, Al Grimson, Steve McCLAREN, they stepping up the bar. The bar is going higher and higher. So it's just them now to just spread the love, just spread that ambition that they have or that they want from the team, especially the coaches, to spread around the preparation. Look at what they did, a week or 2 weeks ago, the U20, they drowned these players in the Gulf of Mexico. They drowned them, walk with them out there with a boat and just fling off them in the Gulf of Mexico just like that with no lifeguard. And you them just drown with the times of football, the coach, everything was just so unprepared, So we want to see the process of trying to speed up a lot more right around or right across the football in Jamaica from the top go right down to the bottom. And I think that's how we can strike a balance. And I think that's how you can bring back the connection from the
yeah,
people, the fans, to the federation, give them that love again. Everyone is on the same page.
yeah.
But I mean, I can see that my country, the people at the top, Iron, Steve McClaren, the rest of the names, Steve Bruce was mentioned, all these Dwight, yeah, you can see that they're going up. 20 years ago, we weren't even thinking about hiring these type of guys, But I want, him to come in. He's going to have to learn very quick. CONCACAF, it's like the CAF, African Cup. It's going to be very difficult in terms of I don't think you have ever experienced football over here. Go down in Honduras, go play a game. I think we play Honduras, is I think yeah in Central America. That's going to be a very, very big game. He might go to San Pedro Sula, Daniel. And when he walk in,
Honestly,
hold
honestly,
on. Let me say this. He might walk, he might go down to San Pedro Sula in Honduras, yeah,
yeah,
and when he walked in, no AC in the dressing room. It's 85 degrees, humid, stuff like that. You might
mm,
experience in CONCACAF.
yeah.
Remember, he has been in Europe all his time. I mean, I saw the article. I think it is in the Gleaner where they state that he worked with the JFF before in terms of when he was a technical advisor. So he said that he have that understanding, you have that the national team possess a lot of
But
qualities.
he's coming from the grassroots of England. We saw,
Yeah,
what's his name from Luton Town, Philo, small, like
yeah.
their dressing room look, not compared to the elite level. So,
Yeah.
um,
But it has to
I
be at a
was,
standard.
yeah, it have to be a standard, but I think he understand I will put certain CONCACAF level as a grassroots level in England, just by the atmosphere. It's not the same, when you compare the weather and
Yeah.
the bad feels. But I think I'm not really worried about that. To be honest, I'm more worried about its philosophy and its style of play, if it's gonna suit the team. Because I think that was one of Albrinson's biggest problem,
Yeah.
to figure
Right.
out a structure to work for the team.
Yeah,
That's my main concern.
yeah,
Hiring this guy, um, Steve
Steve.
McCLAREN. Yeah, that's my main thing. Is he gonna have the tools to pick the right team, the right players, the right system, play the right set of football that suit these type of players that we have? That's my concern. I'm not really worried about going to away games and you know. I think once the system is in play, we should able to dominate any teams. To me, that's what I think
Yeah, yeah.
because we
I
have the
think yeah.
players.
I think I think we have the best squad outside of the three teams that's already qualified.
Yeah,
I think we have the best squad. Look at it. Look at it. Pound for pound. In terms of where players are playing. Other nations, other nations around, they are picking up. But what we have players. We can fill a starting lineup with 8 players that's
you know,
playing in the English Premier League. Other
you know the crazy
nations
thing.
around, huh?
I would have put the squad we have on paper. When I put us right behind USA,
Yeah,
That Mexico team is not good.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
Canada,
You're right.
Canada team is average as best to me.
Yeah,
If you go paper the players to player,
yeah,
Jamaica have the best second team in a CONCACAF
yeah.
behind USA. To me, if you look on the players where they're playing, that is the worst Mexico team in years. You get what I'm saying? But we have to play the ball on the field. We have to play the ball on the field, you
You
know.
see, this is the thing. We might have 5 to 8 English players that are starting and playing in a record qualifier game or the nations that's coming up. But all these other national teams, they have harmony. You get what I say? They have a system. There's a togetherness. It's not just the players or the coach. It's coming from the top. Everyone is realizing around that look, 9 million is on the line just to qualify for this tournament alone. You understand? We just got 2 million US for the Copa America. Can we make it to the big stage and get that 9 million? That will add up to around close to 12 million. These funds that's coming from different entities, it can help make a lot more progress if they utilize the funds really well. And one thing I would love them to do, they have dropped the ball with the Reggae Girls. The Reggae Girls have qualified 2 times in a row, yeah, but still lack of funding with with women football in Jamaica since 2019 until now. We
Yeah.
should have seen something with the women football in Jamaica. Yeah, we should have something with the funds to help at least look. If we qualify for the 2019 World Cup that played, where that play, I think in France, let's take out 1/4 of this money and put back locally to help, the grassroots level in Jamaica for women football. 2023 last year, New Zealand and Australia, we qualified again. I don't see a plan, I don't see a structure. It's like when they get these money, the mafia do pay back that. The mafia, the money just all over the place. You get what I mean? So we want to see not just a structure of the team, we want to see a structure with the funds that's really coming in. And FIFA is an entity that gave every national team at least I think 2 to 3 million annually.
Don't don't you don't you think that they have this advantage as far as where um they have this opportunity where they can just get players from England and over abroad. So they're not really worrying about what's
The
going on
thing,
in the country. I think that's where they get so comfortable because I see a lot of the girls play in
yeah,
college. They play in
yeah,
college in America
yeah,
and
yeah,
overseas, and I know we have this opportunity where we can get all these young players from England to come play for the national team. So I think the federation got so comfortable knowing that we there's a Messi agreement going to pop up out of nowhere and then he might have some Jamaica relative behind him and they get so comfortable with
yeah.
that strategy with that approach and
And
strategy.
it's not good. It's not
So
good.
so
It's not good.
they're not really curious what going on in the country. If somebody if a Khamari Dixon whisper once in a while, top player pop up, it's okay. But them not really put a structure in the country. So I think that's what happened. We get so comfortable. What we just have focus on what
We
going on
have
in
we
England.
have that big luxury.
Yes, we have that luxury. We just have focus what going on in England and over say you one of them players that come pay for it. And then it's the same thing happening to the woman. If one of some girl in a college in America have some Jamaican relative. That's what we're doing. We're not really worrying about what's going on in the country, you know. So it's sad, but that's exactly what the federation is doing. That's why they not spend no money. Them every time they get any money, them pocket the money.
Yeah, it gone somewhere. I don't know where it gone. It just get anonymous, you know. You know. But I have something, you know, that I want to check in with. You know, let's see if I can, you know, I can find it. But before I go there, you know, with salaries around, you know, Conclave region, the Jamaica job. You do say the Reggae Boys out of, you know, Jesse Marsh or, you know, Aguirre is now appointed as a Mexican national team coach, you know, the US that position is vacant, but you could put Greg Berhalter. If you X out those three national jobs, you say the Reggae Boys is the biggest job in CONCACAF outside of those three teams.
Yeah, yeah. I think with all the talent we have and the culture, Jamaica, we might be one of the smallest country in the world, but we are one of the most popular country in the world.
You know, yeah,
When it comes to sports, track and field, whatsoever. So there is a we're a very good brand, so we even though Jamaica have not been performing good on the football level, but
yeah,
just coach in Jamaica have that on your CV, it's still a big job. You get what I'm saying? I know the players like Liam Bailey, Antonio, like these top level players coming through. Is that we're up there,
yeah.
I would say I put us right now. I think we're up there. We're getting there, but we just have to play a little football on the field. We
Yeah.
gotta start place. I think we're doing too many talking these days when it comes to the players. And yeah, we have all the best players from England and this that, but we have not done anything with it. So this didn't want to say this. The federation, what more can they done wrong? You know, um, Steve McClaren, me don't know, can they get anything else more wrong? No, seriously, can the federation get another coach? I don't
Yo,
think I don't think if me personally, if this appointment is wrong, I don't know, man.
is this
If this does not work, I give up. No, I swear to God,
is this
if we do not make the World Cup, bro, I give up. I give up. This is the easiest pathway to the World Cup, and we're moving like we want to mess it up, like we don't want to make it.
is is this Rudolph Speed last dance if we fail to make it to the World Cup?
It have to be.
Everybody.
Everybody have to step down and walk away.
Hey, if if it not happen, which we not really want to see, but if it not happen, Daniel, and there's a system that gathering around that look they are going to protest in what Kingston 5 or Kingston 6 in New Kingston at the JFF office, I would definitely buy a ticket and I'll actually go down there and create riot. No, no, but look at it, bro. If we don't make it, we need a riot. We don't need answer. We've been asking for answer or not get answer. We don't need answer.
We don't
What we
need no
need
more of that.
we need every position to be vacant in the office. Even the woman will clean the bathroom need to go.
She part
You
of the
know what
problem too. She part
I'm
of the
saying?
problem
Me
too.
say, guys, watch out. Disease is a thing, you know. Flu, if you sneeze, it can catch somebody.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Them people there, you know, might not be the bad one, you know, but for so long them day night, it rub off. There's some symptoms or side effect rub off on them. You understand? So
yeah,
me I say, if you wanna make it from the president go down to if the woman or the man will clean the bathroom or the man who open the door up there. You hear me say? All the paint more come off my wall. More everything, brother. So me just say, if there's an organization that's going on, if we fail in 2 years' time, me definitely going to be in that riot because it's something that we grew up on. It's something that we want to see work. You understand? As two you that grew up in the cassava system, grew up in the ISA system playing schoolboy football and all of that. You get me I say? So
yeah,
we can't afford that. We can't, bro. I think us not make it to the World Cup with the squad and resource that we have, I think it's more devastated than what Haiti have experienced nearly 2 decades ago with that earthquake. Trust me. Trust me. It would be something really, but Haiti haven't got back on their feet as yet since that tragedy happened by 2010 around there. Yeah,
yeah,
so it will be such a disaster. It would have been such a bad time in Jamaican football. Yeah, so hopefully, man. But look, we're willing for the federation gamble this and just say, look, if it's going to cost us 80,000 US a month to pay, whatever, yeah, close to around that, to get us to the World Cup, give him that for 18 months. All right, and he signed a 2.5 year deal. You know, get us to the World Cup. All those funds that's coming in from FIFA, the 9 million that we're gonna get for qualify, then extra money and then sponsorship, use everything. Yeah, use everything to help revamp the whole system. I'm willing to gamble. I'm willing for them to put everything on the line just to get it because this can help the future to come for the Reggae Boys. Yeah, this is what other nations have done in the past. Use the World Cup money, use just by qualifying for the World Cup to garner some sponsorship, attract a lot of people, who need to get involved with the football so
yeah.
everybody can have their say around it. Yeah. So I mean, oh yeah. So we're going to move on to talking about salaries. You know that in the Americas region, Marcelo Bielsa is the highest paid coach in South America
That's
and North America.
that's surprising.
He is getting more money than Scaloni, Leonard Scaloni.
Mm.
Bielsa is on what 4.5 something. I think I got it. No, I didn't. Yes, it's right there. Marcelo Bielsa is the highest paid coach. Darwin Jr., the Brazilian coach, is getting right up there as much. Ricardo Gareca, the former Peru man, for Chile, is getting so many money. Daniel Ganera, the Argentinian, is getting so
Okay,
much money from Paraguay. Boca, Fernando Baptista, yeah, for Venezuela, it's a lump sum of money. You understand? Felix Sanchez, who is not there anymore for Ecuador. The Spanish man, Nestor Lorenzo, for Colombia, the Argentinian. So many Argentinians is coaching around the region, for club and country. Greg Berrata, who is not there anymore. Yeah, they are getting so much money. Georgia Fossetti, the Argentinian, he's getting so much money. Jimmy Lozano, the man who's not there anymore. But when you look when you look around, in the region, let me find it. Ronaldo Ruida for Honduras is getting 3.5 million annually. That's like 180,000 US dollar a month. Winford Schaefer did I get between 45 and 50 around You said 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. Um, Alfaro, the Argentinian for Costa Rica, yeah, he's making 1.4 million annually for Costa Rica, and he took 35% pay cut, yeah, include his staff. He was getting close to around 3 million for Ecuador before he came over to Costa Rica. So he close to around that, not exactly three, but close to around that. But he took 30% pay cut.
Yeah.
So he's getting 1.4 for Costa Rica. Panama. Thomas Christiansen just signed a contract the other day. I think last year. He's getting 840,000 US dollar annually. Yeah. Luis Fernando Tena, the Guatemalan coach, is getting 420 annually, and um, Marco Figueroa, yeah, the Nicaraguan manager, is getting 19. So where that left us to be thinking, how can you find these details of the coaching staff when they got appointed of their salary? Coach Grimson, him not play, him not coach a game it, but you know him salary. Why is that it take the reggae boy or whatever details need to get out there? It affected the coach for losing job sometimes for certain things come public. So listening to those salaries, Coach Grimson did I make close to around what? The same money that Winford Schaefer they make. This coach is a higher CV. Is he getting close to around 60 grand a month? It has to be somewhere there. I
Yeah.
mean, what do you think? These salaries, coaches are well paid in this region.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that Argentina coach is weighed on a lot. I think for sure he's gonna be getting a new contract.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. But region people might money is in the region,
yeah,
I think money is in the region,
yeah.
especially for Argentina to won the last World Cup, and the
What
Copa America.
the last two Copa.
Yeah, and plus the Copa America playing in the US, that's a big market. You get me?
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
US is a big market. So money is in the region, Jamaica, and I never know. So we have so much money. It's crazy. Sometimes, sometimes I don't know what we get so much money for, but we still
On
lack
the
a,
federation every day them boss
a
them and
ball.
money.
I don't get it. So you could say that I would have loved to know how much he was on at when he was at Manu before he let go of
I
Manu.
don't know. I probably have to go check that out and bring that to the public. Next up.
But
But I
I
mean,
I mean
let's.
me not really too care about the money thing still. I mean just care about what go on on the field, what go on on the field still. That's all I care about. As I say, give him the tools, give him the right people around him so he can have a very successful job. And that's basically it for me. I don't really care about the finance or what they do after uh what they do behind with the money. Just make sure
Yeah.
that when the players them need tickets, you don't have the money to buy the tickets, the money to pay the players and their money and etc. And that's what I all care about. So let's
But a
see.
guy, Ronaldo Ruida, is the highest paid coach in Central America. He's getting 3.5 million. And I'm just repeating what I said. Alfaro Gustavo is coaching Costa Rica. He's getting 1.4. He also took a pay cut as well. Yeah, he took a pay cut as well.
Then
Christiansen is getting 840,000, annually. And Luis Fernando Tena for Guatemala is making 420 annually. And Nicaraguan coach is making 19, and David Duniga for El Salvador is making 35,000, per month US. So I mean, look, you said salary or financially don't you don't really look at that. But again, if you don't pay these coaches the right funds, you're not going to get the best out of them. They will be a miserable man in that job. You understand? But I mean, these salaries, especially for Scaloni, will improve. But I'm just saying, Winford Schaefer, 10 years ago, I think what 2000 and 13 when he got appointed. He signed that contract, and he failed us in that Brazil World Cup. He was getting between 45 and 50 thousand per month. And Paul Al brought in, I don't know how much Paul Al was getting. Tapper did I get straw. Tapper did I get straw in that thing. I remember when he think he was getting like 3,000 US in his first stint or second stint, and then he got, I think, just before he got sacked, they gave him a bumper wage. You think he got like 5 or 6 more thousand, and that 3,000. So, and then here comes Tapper got fired, and then no more Paul All, and then Coach Abrams come in, boom, big, what, almost 50, around 50 grand a month. So money there. You get what I say? As the money you
Yeah.
say, money there, brother, money there. But big up to everybody in the chat, Joel, Drew, Spence, Fortis man, Avis, Jarvis, Paris, everybody big up on yourself. Really appreciate as we are back. It just what took us around a month and a couple weeks. Yeah. But you don't know, we're there again right through the campaign. But yeah, Daniel. But I would love to know, it would just be fascinating to know that how much this they will be paying this coach for the 2.5 years that his son is going to be on his contract. But moving on, to KAHEIM Dixon, as people who in the US, who will know that, look, KAHEIM Dixon, is on the verge of playing in League One football. Is it happy times? It can't come at a bad time. Yeah, Paramount will be streaming over 250 EFL games, including the League Cup, League
Yeah.
Two, League One, and the EFL Championship.
Yeah.
So we will see KAHEIM Dixon if everything goes through. Work permit, everything goes through. As I know, for youngsters, especially coming in as a Jamaican passport, work permit is the key. Once they can get that English work permit, then everything is good. But I mean, Paramount, will be bringing big thing. Is it that because of Wrexham is in the League One football now, they decide that, look, there's not a there's not a bad time to be doing this, Daniel?
Could be. Could be. CBS is American base.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so it could be. I think I was watching that Wrexham game against Chelsea, and Wrexham they get in this fan base, and they have a lot of sponsorship. So
a
the
lot,
little,
a lot for a
you
League One
know,
team, a
yeah.
lot.
So I'm not really complaining. More football from a TV. I can see Kadim Dixon. Hopefully he could get through and
Secure that work
become,
permit.
yeah, and top talent. I think I'm
I mean,
rooting for.
from the Costa Cup, I remember, I watched him. I heard about him 2 years ago. Didn't
Mm,
really do much, but I heard about his raw talent. Then I decided I'm going to zone in. The last one cup that finished, with Klein and College, I decided I was going to zone in and watch him more. And I was like, whoa, such talent. And then, when I heard that he said, look, there's no other club he's going to play for in the JPL but Arnett Garden, a Trenchtown resident, I was so happy. 1 year in the JPL, moving abroad, on the verge. This is something been happen frequent now, young players coming from Outer Manning Cup, the Costa Cup is getting that big
yeah,
move. I
yeah,
remember that player a few years back, just I think 2 seasons back, Stashwell for stats. He got that contract, I remember Paris, when he was playing for, I think, Dentil, just played a couple seasons, with Cavalier, and then boom, Paris. A lot of players he getting,
yeah. When we was growing up, that gateway was never there. Just
close,
never there.
close,
That gate. Just imagine
close.
back then when we are grew up, and then you left from high school and go straight in a competitive elite level. No,
Yeah,
that was never there. We saw it last year with Wilspa, and
yeah.
now we saw it this year. So I'm jealous when we was growing up, that never happened. But I'm happy for the talent that coming out
Yeah,
of the from Jamaica,
from
because
Jamaica. Yeah.
end of the day, we want to see Jamaican players do good. Want to see them
That
represent
to
the
show you
country.
there's talent. There is talent.
There is talent there. You just need a pathway,
Yeah,
and just need the eyes so they can able to see them. That's one thing I can respect Al Grinson. We give him the opportunity
opportunity. Yeah, yeah.
to play for the team. So
So he could, yeah, that's massive too. Alf Grimson is a big, big part of if Kyle Dixon is going to grant it an English work permit, because
yeah,
you have to play a certain amount of games for your national teams. I don't know if it's the last 10 games of how much you played. If you played more than 3/4 of the last 10 games of your national
England
team, I don't know
England need
how
to
it works.
England need to throw that rule out to the window.
Bricks, when you
That's
call it bricks, when you call it bricks,
Bretson.
yeah, that new thing that they came in. I
They
mean,
need to they need to throw that they need to throw that through the window, because that's you're preventing professional players from playing because they don't have a work permit.
I,
Come on.
I, I think,
Just because they don't play for the national, every other, I don't, I think England on the country that does that.
so. Yeah, yeah,
Make
yeah.
it so difficult for the players to
It's difficult.
get.
What a lot of different nationalities, young players will do. They will go to, Scandinavia. They will go to the smaller countries, to play there, just for a few seasons. Then go to another team, like in France, Bundesliga or the Serie A, and from there, just by in Europe, like 5 6 years, you can get a some like EU residency, so like an ID, and then from there it would probably be a little more easier, So that's why Leon Bailey, it was a little easier for him, to get that work permit, and especially, his transfer was so much money. Again, if you want to buy a youngster, from outside of the UK, if you're going to buy him probably like a Kyle Dixon, Chelsea want to buy a Kyle Dixon, and buying for 10, 12 million. I think that transfer fee alone can okay let him be open up to get a work permit as easier than if it was like a 2, 3 million for his transfer fee. So I would love to know if even Arnett Garden going to get some money from that that deal. I don't know if it's a free agent. I don't know. I would love to know. I'm going to find out if that Kyle Dixon move is going to have
I I I I I would have hoped Arne Garden gets some
with
money,
some with some really
something.
with
Yeah,
some sell-on class.
yeah. I would have hoped they get some money from his because they are part of his development. So
Yeah, yeah,
Kadim Dixon should have able to put some contract in it when he start playing for Arnett. Make sure that whenever he want to leave Arnett Garden, that they
yeah,
get some able to get some benefits from that. So I would have
yeah.
hoped that.
I
I would
mean,
have hoped that.
the Charlton Athletic team, coach. I don't know if you remember Nathan Jones that took over from. I remember that coach at Southampton. He coached Southampton for a little short stint at one time, So he's coaching Charlton. Charlton, is a is a very good team in terms of prepare youngsters. Their pathway and their strategy is to prepare the youngsters from the grassroots, from the academies, come up and sell them on, and so they can profit and try to boost their squad. I think they have signed at least 10 to 11 players already this season. And two big names that walk out of Charlton is Ezra Konsa and Joe Gomez. Those two players look at what they're doing now, and I think the next player who should be on the verge is our player Kieran Anderson. So I mean, let's see if both players can really shine in the AFL. In the AFL this season coming up, I would love to see both players starting. But I mean, Charlton finish what mid-table. They're looking to put on a better show, in that League One, So hopefully, we can see what's going to happen. But game time is the key for him. Hope that's where he's going. He's going to get the game time. If you're not playing, you're not going to further your development, and that's the
Yeah,
key. That's the key. And when I was reading an article, it's like, I think he left the island today, you know, what I saw on Instagram. But I think they're hoping that he can get his permit, and I think they play the Wigan Athletic next, I think next weekend, something like that. They play Wigan next weekend, you know. But
League start
they,
next week.
yeah, I think their league start next week, you know. Let me look. You know the EFL they always start a little bit more earlier than English Premier League.
Yeah.
But I mean, is he ready physically? You think he's ready for that? You know, for Charlton Athletic in the League One?
Um, if it was the championship, I would have been worried. But I think the league one should be. It should.
It's a good
Yeah,
stepping stone.
yeah, it's a good step. I think if it was the championship, I would have been a little bit worried for him. But
You know, so
I think
they have a very good sets of a very good August and September. You know, their first game will be at the DW Stadium. We play Wigan Athletic away, and then 3 days later they will play Birmingham, a team that got relegated from the championship. You know, Birmingham is on their face. They play Birmingham, the third team in the AFL Cup, and they will host Leyton Orient, at home at the Valley. Then they will play Bolton, and then away to Reading, Rotterdam, Shrewsbury. So they have a very good sets of fixtures that when you look at it, they can kickstart their season. You remember back in the days, Charlton Athletic was like not really like a mid-table team, but was that team that it was hard to beat at one time. A team that used to be in the Premier League, but because of
yeah.
financial issues and stuff like that, so yeah, let's see what's going to happen. The last topic that we have to talk about, the Olympic. Is it Argentina and France is the modern Brazil and Argentina?
I think it's way beyond football. I think I think both nations don't like each other. I think it's just way beyond football. I think I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna tell you from when it started. I'm trying to
The 4
remember.
0 the 4-1 that they got in Russia?
Yeah, I think from then and then both teams just start true was for a long time and that's wonder why they when Messi got PSG, you wonder why them treat him over there, the old Charles.
Yeah,
You wonder
yeah.
why them treat him over there because they never like him, so they never like him and I'm surprised they treat Di Maria very good, but they
Not
never they,
Messi.
yeah.
But again, I think the Di Maria thing, he went there, before, all of that
Yeah, yeah,
started.
yeah, 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 before all of that
Not
madness.
Messi, all
So
these players,
yeah,
Pastore, all these players, they went there, before.
before
But I'm just, look, it doesn't matter where Argentina and France play. Is it at the youth level, in under 15, under 17, under 20, or Olympic, or it's at the youth level for the women's game, or the senior level? It's going to be chaos on the pitch.
yeah.
Look at the
You
team.
know, all of them turn almost the. I think everything should be okay now, but all of them turn against Enzo because of the
Yeah,
video and
yeah.
all of them unfollow him off of Instagram and all them are madness. So
But
I'm
that,
hope.
but the game with Argentina and Morocco, 2 hours. How is that possible, brother? How is that possible?
Wait, honestly, I'm yet to really taking a
Yo,
Olympic games. I'm yet to watch an Olympic game. But what happened in that game? Because I remember I see that stadium was full, and then after when the referee, must see a clip on Twitter, must see referee blew off the match, stadium empty. What happened?
there was a goal, and they got disallowed in the last minute. Supposed to go 2-2. And they played like what 13 minutes of added time. But that was just crazy. That was just crazy. But um,
Did they tell the
that
fans to
game,
get out the stadium?
the fans them just probably just get bored of what really happening. And like, yo, we just can't take this anymore. This decision are they like I don't know if
Oh,
I don't know if it
oh,
was an announcement. I wasn't watching the game, at that time.
Or maybe what happened is that them start the game and the fans them just leave. Me that what
But
happened.
for over an hour,
Yeah, me now sit down away for now. And
you
the
know,
game was almost finished, right? Yeah.
yeah, they played like 12, 15 minutes of added time. But I mean, the Olympic, why we can't see, but before we go, why we can't see the big names, why they hiding away from the Olympic games when it comes down to football? A European team haven't won it since Spain in 1992. You know, as obvious, I think, Brazil have won it the last 2 times. Argentina won it twice. I think Cameroon and Nigeria won it during that time, last 7 times, before that Spain triumph. After that Spain triumph, yeah. Is it that the South Americans and the Asians and the Africans, they take this competition a lot more serious than the
Yeah.
Europeans?
Yeah, I think the European players they're getting paid too much money. They value too much money, and the club does not let him go. Enzo Fernandez say he did everything he could did.
Griezmann,
They do everything they do. I think
Griezmann,
I think the players them wants to go and play. I don't think
but
the players them saying no. I think they want to go and play, but the club is not allowing it.
yeah,
But
you know,
at the same time, can you blame the club? This is your assets where you're paying millions of dollars for. The season's right around the corner. This player go and play
Olympic.
Olympic and get injured. So I don't know.
All right, France already knew that they were going to host this tournament. I was the French president. I was the president for the France Football Federation, FFF. I would do everything in my power to ensure that I get something or a contract on the line to say that look, Mbappe must play in this tournament. Neymar played in the Olympic when they beat Germany on penalty in Rio.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ronaldinho, I've played this tournament before. Lionel Messi, I've played this tournament before.
I think they should just keep it to under 23 to me. I think just keep it to under 3. Just keep it to under 3 because you're gonna have these players that are playing for a massive club and they're just not gonna allow these high players to go and play. I think you just keep to a certain level.
Is it that? I
It's
don't know. Is it that the football game in the Olympic is not that as prestige as
no,
golf
I
or
think
tennis?
I think football changed. I think back then club
Back then, used to have a lot more. The Europeans dominate the space because in Europe back then, even when you have Yugoslavia, I think Yugoslavia won it. Uruguay, I think won it all the way back in the 20s as well. But
yeah,
the Europeans dominate this space, you would say, from the 90s and 92 and beyond. They dominate this space. Yeah? Because they used to have their big players played in these tournaments. It's an history, it's right there. But
yeah,
after, football started to get more modern, sports science, a lot more things started generating the sports, a lot more international tournaments, gradually started coming and started popped up there and there. I think it
yeah.
just the prestige of the Olympic, because it used to be a big thing. It used to be a massive tournament. Players used to look forward to play the Olympic and get a gold medal for the national team, so I don't know what they're going to do, the IWF going to do about this, but again, as I said, players are just getting way too much money, and then
And I
you have the
main
Euros, Copa
main
America, just play.
yeah, I think that's where the problem comes in. Maybe structurally, scheduling, don't have the Olympics with the Euros and the Copa America in the same time. Because instead of me going to play for Euros or Copa America, we can just go straight to the Olympics. We can just wait for the Olympics. You
Yeah,
get me? But me gonna play me gonna play Copa America or Euros and play Olympics. That's a lot of football. And then the season right on the corner. That's a lot of football. That's a lot of football. So I think they need to figure out where they're not in line with these major competitions. You get what I'm saying? Maybe
so you
maybe
don't
they
think
need to
you don't think a player like Yamal could be playing for Spain in this Olympic. He's young.
Yeah, but he could get a terrible in. He could get a career breaker and he out for a year, and that's $100 million assets that Barcelona can't afford to risk. Look on Pedri, last Euros and last Olympics. Look at Pedri. He have not recovered. He played so many games that
Pedri
year,
have played so many games.
and he have not looked the same player. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, he started to come back because he was brilliant in the Euros before he got injured. But you get me? After that Olympic, he started to pick up a lot of injuries. You get what I'm saying? So, end of the day, I would love for players if Liam be it, my country, I would love for them to have the best team. But you have to look at the club side. These clubs spend they are paying these players wages. You get what I'm saying? So they can't afford their assets to not be available when the season start because
I
they
think
play.
I think the Olympic is too close to Europeans
It's
reopening
too
up.
close. It's too
I think if
close.
the Euro if the Olympic was like, probably move it to like early June,
Yeah, June.
you know,
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But starting, August, it's just crazy, the games are starting in the last part of July, and then August. It's just crazy. I think it's the date is the issue. I think the date is the issue.
France players them in a Olympic. Premier League start next week. How is that gonna imagine you Bayern Munich by Olese from Crystal Palace and the German league gonna start in a couple of weeks, and this guy is not gonna be ready. You spend over so much money on this guy, and this guy is not gonna be available
I
for
think
your
we
for your first
have,
Olympic. Eh? What is it?
yeah. But all he say, him have a very, very long summer break. No football. So it's different. If you look at the players that really dominate in the space of playing an Olympic, a lot of those players after probably like May the 23rd to the 26th, a lot of them don't play any football from that. So them fully recovered. So, like Oli said, so yeah, it will be totally different. You have a long break in the summer. You have a
Yeah.
long break, but talking of that, Olise, um, Jean Mateta, this player have showed a different class in the last half of the Premier League season. And Mateta, at one point, even captaining the French Olympic team. But I'm just saying, what a player is turning out to be. Yeah. Um, you see, Mateta getting any called up after Giroud. I think this is Giroud. That was Giroud last tournament. You see Mateta getting that call up for the senior team coming up, for France in September. You think he deserve a call up?
Of course, he been brilliant in the last part in the season in Crystal Palace, and
Yeah,
you have been brilliant. Like you have been bashing him. Ateta. Crystal Palace, even Ateta, they need to get a different striker,
yeah,
and
man. Say
etc.
my
Like
life.
so
Yeah,
I think he can get a call up. He have worked his way. I remember when he just went to Crystal Palace. I just don't know what was this guy good at. I just never know. But he find a way. He have been brilliant, and he remember one of those old school striker have him
yeah.
shirt tuck in as
Talking,
well. So
work hard.
work hard. So I think he's gonna get a call up anytime soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Spain. Who is it? Morocco will play Spain and France will play Egypt. Hakimi is on brilliant form. I'm rooting for Morocco. Look at it. The last World Cup, Morocco went to the semi-final. They got beaten. They came fourth in that World Cup. Now there's another tournament, and Morocco is in the semi-final again. This is an Olympic. This is a professional setup. They didn't do well according to the things supposed to be go in that African Cup. January gone. But Morocco just seems like this is a generation of talent that's going to bring, Moroccan football, Casablanca, the big city over there, to the next level. I mean, you saw so many players from Morocco being playing in that tournament. Hakimi is on brilliant form. And look, is he why PSG have let him go to play the Olympic? Is it because it's in Paris? That's his homeland. That's his home. That's the team that he's playing for. I don't know, but he got that breakthrough to get that go ahead. From the bigger it's for PSG to play for Morocco in that tournament. And you could see that what it means for the Moroccan fans. So many fans. Yeah, they said there's so many fans. That year that they played against Argentina, it was just so crazy of the Moroccan fans that came out, in the stadium. And they were overwhelmed as well at Qatar, 2 years ago. So, I mean, African football, Moroccan football is up there, but I mean, I don't really care who win the Olympic, but I would just love to see an African team I can win the Olympic because I think South Americans and the African teams take this competition a lot more serious than the Europeans. Yeah. But I mean, we have come to an end, of the podcast. We are back. Yeah. Catch us next week as the Carling Community Shield, will kicks off next week, Sunday, United versus Manchester City. We will be doing the review of not the review, the preview of the upcoming season for all our big players that in the England, yeah, that in the UK. Hopefully, in 7 days' time, KAHEIM Dixon can get that deal across the line. Work permit can come through, so we can actually go ahead and do a lot more in depth of him going into that season in the League One for Charlton Athletic under Nathan Jones at the helm at the den. Yeah, so I mean, next week, Premier League preview, Reggae Boys players around in England around preview, going to preview everything, and then I don't know. We might do, the European preview, as this program, the Nick and Dan podcast, it's all about football, not just the Reggae Boys, but we make sure that we prioritize our nations first, our football, our space locally first before we jump into any other sports or any other leagues out there, But I mean, guys, thank you for coming back again. As we said, we are back. We just took a little time off, family, a little vacation from the social space. Yeah. So hopefully everyone is here again with us. So big up on yourself, Daniel, your last say on the program.
You don't know people. Big up on yourself. You don't know, we're back. Back like we never gone away. So
Yeah.
Jamaica just put with a little stress. What the Copa
I feel like the
America.
Copa Americana.
Copa America make we go
Yeah,
down,
man.
go in a little breakdown, but they don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
Um, the season is back and up and running. The
Yeah,
play
man.
as Nick said, the Premier League, all of the Bundesliga, man, them Spanish league, everything. Mbappe make it to a big money move to Real Madrid. So the football is back, and Jamaica with a new coach, with a new direction.
Excited
Also
times again.
excited times again. World Cup is what 2 years from now. So let's hope we can get this deal, this right coach in the done. But very much appreciate people. Don't forget smash a like on the video. The
Yeah.
streaming on both channel. Danny Football Show and Nick the Media House and subscribe. And like up the video. Very much
I think
appreciated.
I think, we have left out two things. Via Phoenix United, Craig Butler will be in the Jamaican Premier League.
Yeah, Craig
It would
Butler
be
said. Craig Butler say him gonna win it in 1 into 2 years. He did it in the Money Cup. Him say
yeah,
him say him never win the Money Cup and he win the Money Cup.
yeah.
But kind of been someone in a Jamaica to be able to see because Craig Butler speed of history, over the years, and that's gonna be a big rival match when Veer taking on Cavaliers, the defending champion. So there's something to looking forward in the Jamaican Premier League. When is the Jamaican Premier League gonna kick off that?
They said it's gonna be an early kickoff, and I think it's September the 15th, somewhere right there. It's early, early. Usually
Okay.
it's like October. And the next thing, Macy Greenwood is in the Farmers League. The Italian is splashing the cash over there. Yeah, he's splashing the cash. He's What a team! Is that team? That's why we want to do that preview.
Are they in the Champions League? Marseille.
I don't think so. I think they're in the conference or the Europa League.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think like that. I don't think so. But yeah, yeah, those two things, Veer Phoenix United and Mason Greenwood will be in the Farmers League. I'm looking over the fence that can Marseille, Olympique Marseille, get their act again and be that Marseille that was in the 90s, with those famous French players and try to dethrone the Paris Saint-Germain team, and the Monaco team. What's that coach name again? That is the coach Brighton. I forgot his name. The Italian.
Well, the Zerbi.
De Zerbi is at the end at PSG. He's doing a wonderful job. They're splashing the cash, So let's see what Mason Greenwood will bring to the table. Also, those players that he's bringing, I think, Eddie Nketiah is looking over the fence to sign up. Let's see if they can dethrone PSG in the Farmers League. But people, that's it. We have come to an end of the podcast, and I really appreciate everyone. Again, happy Sunday. It's a weekend holiday. Two big things happened over the last 4 days. Vibes Cartel Freedom to Road, they call it the Gaza Independent or the Gaza Emancipation Day, So, and the Reggae Boyz appoint their new coach. So, happy times again, one thing though, I want to shout out Kayla McKenna, the granddaughter of Colonel Charles, have signed for the Real Madrid women team. Such a wonderful move, Very, very good too. You say a season and a half at Villarreal, scored close to around 30 goals, so I think she scored just over 20 goals. I think she scored for Villarreal. She's signed up for Real Madrid. That's a very big move. I'm looking forward to that. Also, looking to her, partner with the likes of Lindy Kai. What's her name? Lindy Caicedo. Yeah, that's it, Daniel. Come to an end, man, of the show. Yeah. Anything else before we close out? That's it.
Now, man, people, bless upon yourself and, happy Sunday and
Yeah.
hope everybody keeps safe and we are out. Don't know.
Yeah.